You're right, that's my bad. uSports Central, Adam Deal, Charles Ashley III, and now it's time to break down the districts in hoops across the state in 6A. Charles, we've been talking about it, records of the districts, well now we have it all official for you so we can break it out. So it's 3 and out, and it's time for some debate, and I have a feeling we will finally get some debate.
There's gonna be some debating going on.
How about District 1 of 6A, Charles?
Okay.
And that includes Cleveland High School, who now is 7-0 in play, fresh off a tournament win. They haven't truly been tested, but they do have a couple of 6A wins.
Yes.
They've got a win against Oñate. They've got a win against Las Cruces. They'll play Valley on Friday night, and we'll really get a better read of them.
Yes.
Then you've got the Rio Rancho Rams, who without Easton Brewer looks without
We're ready
Brady
for vacation,
Patterson,
man. We're ready.
Without Brady Patterson, did pretty well,
Yes.
right? I mean, they went 2-2, and that's exactly what head coach Wally Salata wanted. They're 5-3. They just won the Artesia tournament this last weekend, and then you've got Cibola, who we cannot get any kind of read on right now. Coach Ray Rodriguez, they're 2-2. They have a loss against El Dorado from come from behind fashion. Then the buzzer beater you saw Kahala yesterday, they beat Cibola in come from behind fashion. They really could be 4-0, these Cougars.
They could be. And then you have Volcano, a team where everyone would expect them to be down, but they're performing at a higher level, cracked the top 10, and of course Santa Fe. So that district right there.
Santa Fe's 4-3 to start the season so far. As a district, Charles, they're 21-10. Not bad.
Not bad.
And
That's a good start.
You look at Cibola, how close they could be at 4-0. Then it could be a really good district.
Okay, so I guess we got to make our predictions about this district.
Well, what do you think?
It's up in the air. See, it's hard. This is why I like doing our predictions now, because now we know the team, the makeup of the team. They're not developed yet, but we know who's on these teams. I like Cleveland. Cleveland, they have the pedigree, man. They were in the state semis last year. They have the returning team coming back. They have Jones out there. They have Marcus Williams, who is unguardable. I like Rio Rancho because they can run and get the pace going, but I don't know if Brady is enough. I know Juan Hurt has been balling out of control right now. He's averaging like 24 points, but I don't know if it's enough. I'm going to go with Cleveland winning it, Rio Rancho over Cibola, Cibola over Volcano, and Santa Fe bringing up the rear.
I can't stand agreeing with you. It upsets me. I think that's the exact order. I think Cleveland will slip up a game or two in the district, but they win the district. And I agree. I 100% agree. I think Rio Rancho with Juan Hurt, Brady Patterson, Snyder, the sophomore, I think they have enough weapons to finish above Cibola, who finishes above Volcano Vista, who finishes above Santa Fe. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to agree with you.
Man.
But I think Cleveland does take control of this district from the very beginning. I mentioned it all along. I think Ryan Jones is the best player that we have in the state, even over Brady Patterson. I could be corrected wrong, though, by Brady, and that's fine. And that's fine. You know, I'd love to see that as a Rio Rancho Ram. But I think Ryan Jones is the best hooper in the state. So I think the best hooper in the state gets it done.
Okay. Well, now you're going to make the predictions for District 2. So let's get into that one. What, 6A, District 2?
Yeah, so we're talking 3 and out, moving on now. We just did District 1 of 6A, Charles, and awkwardly enough, District 2 of 6A now probably, not probably, it's statistically at least, is the worst district in the state so far. Let me give you a stat real quick before we get into the teams of them. They're a combined 7-21 on the season. Let me just reemphasize that. 7-21, District 2. This includes La Cueva, who just got their first win against Cibola on the buzzer the other night at 1-4 in the season. The Bears, not a good start with Frank Castillo. This includes the Manzano Monarchs, who are 2-2 on the season to start things off. This includes El Dorado Eagles with Roy Sanchez, who won the state championship 2 years ago. They're 1-3 so far on the season, Charles. And then them Matadors. Coach Alvin Bouchard was supposed to have a great season again. Everyone liked their team, their bigs. Couple of injuries, not looking so good so far. They're 2-6 to start the season.
And then Highland, who's young, struggling right now to just find any type of scoring. That district is going to be up for grabs.
They're 1-6, by the way, Highland.
I mean, up for grabs. I wanted to go with Sandia. I wanted to go with El Dorado, La Cueva, because they have the name. And Manzano, I still think with the new coaching staff, they're still developing some stuff there. I'm going to go with the order of I think Sandia's going to finally.
Well, I'm supposed to go first.
Oh,
here.
yes.
You trying?
You
Come on.
go first.
You're trying
Don't
to
steal my first.
You're trying to steal my
Don't
thunder.
steal my first.
I'm going to say that the winner is LaCueva. I think
Okay.
LaCueva is going to build something here.
Okay.
I think they have decent enough talent, and of course, we know how great of a coach Frank Castillo is. Now 5 away from tying the great Jim Holzman, and then potentially passing him. I think he will this year. And I think they do win a district in a very clumped up, mediocre, type
gonna be a dogfight.
4-4 or 5-4 record that wins the district type thing.
Okay.
And I think it's LaCueva, and I think you're right. I think Sandia would then be second, and then I'm going to go Manzano third, El Dorado fourth.
Ooh.
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't seen too much from Coach Sanchez's team, and then of course fifth I'm going to go with Highland. I just don't think they have any weapons at all.
I
What do you
agree
have
with you about how good LaCueva will become, but I think Sandia with those bigs, there's some guards I think there's going to develop. I'm going to give the nod, but barely, to Sandia. Just like what you said, it's going to be clumpy. It's going to be by one game. I say Sandia, LaCueva, El Dorado, Manzano, Highland.
Now, I want to see how big of a difference Zach May is going to make in this offense for El Dorado, and that could be a big difference maker. I know Noah Schweitzer's just getting involved in this team.
Inman, these guys are getting their legs back. I just don't know what.
Well, Inman didn't even play the other night when I broadcasted them
Yeah.
against Rio Grande. So I think you get El Dorado healthy, and then maybe I'm completely wrong, and I haven't seen much of Manzano to put him above El Dorado,
Yeah.
but I want to see it first. Now, Roy Sanchez can completely flip this switch and win this
Oh, yeah.
district, and I would not be shocked one bit, because that's how good of a coach he is, and maybe the pieces are there. I don't know, though. I need to see it.
It's because they looked so bad against Rio Grande the other night that I remember we went to lunch and we were talking where they're going to get scoring from, where they're going to get rebounding from. Losing to Zach Gentry, that's a big loss, because a lot of those guys were getting shots because you had to focus on stopping Gentry. Now he kicks it out, open jumper. They can't sag and help as much because you don't want to give up the putback to Gentry. He brings such a different element to that team that without him, you can see they're a little lost right now, but it's a long season. Coach Sanchez, he'll find a way to get some wins, and it's going to come down to that last week in that district. I just know it.
This one's going to be tight, and I don't think there's anybody here in this district that can threaten in the state tournament.
Yeah.
Just my opinion.
Well,
Do you think
No, I
anybody
agree.
can come out of this district and threaten?
Right now, if we're going by just the records right now, I agree with you, because Sandia, I would expect them to be undefeated or at least with one loss, but the fact they have 7 losses, I know Coach Alvin is not happy right now.
Well, a lot of things are going to shape out, and in fact, by the end of this week, we're going to know the seedings for the Metro Tournament, which always is exciting and can tell
I
us
love
a
that
lot,
tournament.
which we will have live for you here. Just about every game will be live for you. So, got a lot of stuff coming up. Come on back, 3 and Out.
All right.